Stephanie Lazarus joined the LAPD in the early 1980s and quickly rose through the ranks, specializing as an investigator in art theft and earning a reputation for being a skilled and dedicated officer. Her career spanned 25 years, during which she maintained a facade of professionalism and respectability, presenting herself as a model policewoman, wife, and mother. However, beneath this image simmered a dark obsession rooted in jealousy and personal resentment. Lazarus had a prior romantic relationship with John Rutan, who would later marry Sherri Rasmussen. This love triangle set the stage for a tragic and violent climactic event. On February 24, 1986, Sherri Rasmussen was found shot multiple times in her Van Nuys condominium, moments after she had been confronted by her husband's ex-girlfriend, Lazarus. Initial police investigations treated her killing as a botched burglary, a violent crime by unknown suspects, and the case quickly went cold. There were critical failures and apparent tampering of evidence within the LAPD files related to the case, including the suspicious omission of information that could have implicated Lazarus sooner. One of the most overlooked pieces of evidence was a bite mark found on Rasmussen's arm. Stored for years in an evidence locker, this detail finally gained significance decades later when advances in DNA forensic technology enabled investigators to test the sample, revealing a female DNA match, that of Stephanie Lazarus. In 2004, the case was reopened, and investigators secretly gathered DNA samples from Lazarus. They eventually secured a definitive match to the DNA found in the bite mark from 1986. This breakthrough marked the beginning of the end for Lazarus, who was arrested in 2009, 3 years before her 2012 trial. Court transcripts and interrogation videos released reveal the progression from denial to partial admission during the 2009 questioning. Lazarus initially feigned ignorance about even knowing Rasmussen, but as the overwhelming evidence emerged, her defenses crumbled. The trial captivated the public and media alike. Prosecutors presented evidence that Lazarus had meticulously planned the murder, leveraging her insider knowledge as a police detective to manipulate crime scenes and obstruct justice. Testimonies described her heavy psychological distress over the loss of her former lover and her intent to remove the rival from her life. Despite claims of a struggle initiated by Rasmussen, forensic experts testified that Lazarus was the sole aggressor, firing 3 shots and inflicting fatal wounds. Her ability to maintain normalcy in her personal and professional life for over 2 decades stunned everyone involved. The verdict was unequivocal: guilty of first-degree murder. She was sentenced to 27 years to life in prison. Her case has since sparked debates on police accountability, internal culture, and the importance of forensic science in solving cold cases. During parole hearings, Lazarus's remorse was questioned, and she only admitted to the crime fully in 2023, nearly 4 decades later. She expressed regret but was repeatedly denied parole due to the severity of her crime and the breach of trust she represented. Stephanie Lazarus's story remains a haunting example of how obsession and deception can persist behind the badge of justice, her case serving as a reminder of the complex interplay between personal motives and professional responsibilities in law enforcement. This comprehensive case study reflects not just on the crime itself but on the evolution of forensic technology, the struggle of women in a male-dominated police force, and the challenges of self-policing in criminal justice institutions. It continues to be analyzed in documentaries, podcasts, and legal studies as a pivotal moment in LAPD history and criminal investigation.